Now, I love playing open world games, and one of the reasons why I love open world games is that no two players will experience the world in exactly the same way. Let's take Red Dead Redemption 2 for example. One player might bump into someone, get into a fist fight, get the law code on them, and shoot their way out of town with a huge bounty on their head, never making it to the store they were headed to. Another player going to the same store may bump into the same person, but instead defuse it and walk away, making it to the store and buying what they wanted. Add in the random scripted events, and you have interesting and fun experiences that aren't exactly the same for everyone. I always enjoy sharing the stories with other friends playing the same game and hearing what they did the same or differently. Now, you might be thinking, well, maybe the setting makes a good open world game. And yes, you are right, but it's not about the setting of the game as well, and more about the immersion. I don't mind if it is set in a tropical jungle, or a scarce desert, ocean, a vast forest, or metropolitan city. I just want to feel like a game is lived in and there's more to it than simply finding different quest givers. A good example for this is Kingdom Come Deliverance. Say what you will about the game as a whole, but I got completely lost in that game. The first time I played it, the villages and towns all seemed completely alive, and that's not everything was catered to me. Events would happen, NPCs would interact, it all just really allowed me to become immersed into the game. I remember the first time playing, I find it so intriguing that you could just sit in a tavern all day and just witness the people around you becoming more drunk and rowdy as the night closes in. Another game that takes open world immersion to a whole nother level is Stalker Call of Priyat. Numerous times I've seen animals hunting and then dragging the corpse back to their lair. You can be just wandering around and a group of stalkers will get attacked by dogs. It's a random, non-scripted event. Or just the other time I was walking through a zone, I saw two groups of stalkers, one neutral and one friendly. I went towards them to trade, but as soon as I came close, the two groups started shooting at each other. One group was bandits, one friendly stalker dead, and I see the bandit goes towards the left friendly stalker who's lying on the ground, dying. He goes to him, talks about sorry, but I gotta finish our business. With his pistol drawn out, I quickly kill the bandits and give a medkit to the friendly stalker. He gets up, thanks me, and starts looting the bandit, picks up a gun and goes to mourn his friend. Now, this was a wonderful thing. Sometimes you can see stalkers around anomalies trying to collect artifacts. Sometimes they manage to do it, but sometimes they get caught and die. The world is living, breathing thing in those games, and you are not the centerpiece. You are just another stalker with his own goals. Now, is Halo Infinite an open world game? Yes, it is, but the execution was very poor, or one might say it was just horrible. I felt like the open world took away more than it actually added. Can Halo work with an open world? Yes, it can, but the one in Infinite is kind of disinteresting and doesn't really have much to do outside of saving Marines, hunting targets, and securing FOBs. I'm not gonna say it was flat out awful, but I just felt like they could have done way more, or just add more cool things to find in the world besides the aftermath of a few battles. Now, I played Halo, the whole entire Halo Infinite to be honest, And once I was done, I really didn't know what to write about cause there was nothing interesting, nothing touched me, nothing moved me. It felt like just another game where I just played, skipped all the cutscenes. My only objective was to shoot the enemy in front of me. There wasn't anything to distract me in the open world, and I found that very strange because I honestly don't know what this is. It isn't a Halo game that I know for sure. It's fun, but nothing I haven't seen before. The gameplay is fast paced and fluid enough that it's a fun game to sit around and shoot things in the face. The campaign has unlocks and upgrades that will help you progress. The open map system, while fine and functional, has really killed the Halo feeling for this game. I felt like I was playing Modern Warfare, and a mediocre Modern Warfare at that, and not a Halo game. I guess I can understand the decision to revamp the game, but I'm not sure it's a welcome receive for the Halo franchise. 343i just doesn't seem to know what they want to do, so they'll try anything to breathe new life into the series. When it comes to lore, I can comfortably say I'm a bit disappointed. As a lore buff, I've read the novels and get really intrigued by all things lore-wise. This game took everything it had established in the past few releases and threw it all away. They scraped the story that people were hating on instead of trying to finish it out with a better conclusion. It's not rare for a story to start weak and end strong. In fact, I would say many stories start a bit weak compared to where it's leading. Instead of trying to finish strong, they just didn't finish and started again. Both of the enemies I was expecting to battle against are gone. All the exciting bits of the story have been skipped over and you start out in a worse position than the story left you at. Are all the games going to have humanity in the toilets only for Master Chief to save everyone? In fact, they pretty much start you at bare minimum, and in the scope of game, you expect some kind of revitalized force, if that actually makes sense. I got a bit too emotional there, didn't I? Now, I expected to be fighting Cortana as the overall threat that needs to be taken care of, with the Banished and Antrix as the more present danger. Instead, in the first hour, in the game, you learn they're both dead and a new enemy has taken their place. And the first question I had was, what? What happened? Shouldn't I be playing through the time of all the stuff that went down? Why am I so far out of the know? What happened to all that build-up? There's just very little payoff. Now, we have a brute that made an appearance in one book and a whole new species. Humanity was already in bad shape with basically the UNC Infinity as its only force. Then they trash all that in the first 5 minutes too. What's next? Master Chief is naked and has a BB gun? The story isn't automatically epic because you start in such a terrible position. I would have much rather had the Infinity as an asset and not just magical plot armored out the butt of Master Chief. You do know that while Master Chief is good, he's not so much better than any other Spartan too, right? He's humanity's savior because of his one important role in a grand war, not the only person to fight. I recently played Far Cry 4 and I feel like that, to me, the experience they were trying to emulate was the open world. And just like everything else 343 does, it was terribly underdone. Literally the same base for every FOB, the same encounters for the Marines, or go kill this HVT that's just standing out in the open doing nothing. Not even guarding a base, like it was all so superficial. They should have went with their traditional campaign. It really feels like Infinite is that college homework you put off till the last minute and put in as much low effort flaws that you can master. I would have preferred 5 really cool HVTs with unique stories and dialogue instead of the dozen generic different colored ones we got. It would have been cool to have each base be different again, maybe have like 5 really cool bases with things the Marines would need. Where's the toilets, the bunkers? Where are the garages? I mean, literally, it's like they spent 10 minutes on the Marine rescues, the FOBs, and the HVTs and said good enough. Let's copy and paste. I mean, they didn't even have to do a whole lot. Far Cry is probably too much. They could have just done like 5 really unique and memorable quests for each of these concepts. And even if it was short, people would have loved it and it would have made an impact. It's impossible for me to think 343 cares about Halo after this mess. This game has fallen into the same trap of why I can't stand Assassin's Creed games anymore. It's just rinse and repeat gameplay in different regions. There is no story to each objective. It's just the same thing. Nothing pulls you in. So what am I trying to say? I'm just very disappointed with Halo Infinite. After waiting such a long time to play it, I would say I didn't really miss out on a lot, but the multiplayer wasn't actually that bad. It was decent. I actually kind of enjoyed the multiplayer, but the single player really just sucks. But nothing I can do, to be honest. But this is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment down below what you guys thought of the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.